So as you swing, 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 swing. So pumping action should be mainly done by the leg action here. It's not using the arms here. And then it has to be done from the top to when your arm is about horizontal here. So in that phase, you have to finish the pumping motion. This pelvis is sliding backward here. Instead, rhythmic, short, kick, 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 kick. That's better, that's better. But this time you try to go down here. Instead, turn, turn, and then let it go so that you can use the lead leg well. Yes, yes, yes. The backswing was flat from the beginning. Here. High up here. There. So let's do this. Continue swing. Okay. Swing, 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 swing. Ooh, ooh, swing. Continue swing here, and then swing. Okay. Basically, continue swing, but introduce the pumping motion. It's coming down too much. That means because you tend to pull this here. Okay. That's right. Instead here, try to make it a bit shorter. Okay. And also it's a bit too slow. The tempo is ooh, ooh, instead go up and then oop, oop, so that you have a good bending of the stick.
Try to do it with the lower body.
Yep. So when you do this pumping and then throw, then swing is more coming this way. But when you continuously swinging, you tend to turn this way too much.
Oh.
Keep pulling this way, this way.
Okay. So
Swing. But pumping, after pumping, you throw it this way here. So continuous swing also should be throwing it at the bottom. Throw and then let it go. Throw and let it go. Throw and let it go. And then pump, pump, throw here.
Okay.
You still have tendency of pulling in. That continuous swing is a lot better, okay. But the pumping was a bit too big.
Okay. Yeah, the first pump was too big. Okay.
So you can just relax your body and then practice this go here, swing, swing, and then pumping, pumping, let it go, pumping, pumping, let it go, let it go. The key is start acceleration early and then start deceleration early so that you make it very short. Yeah. So that will allow you to activate the muscles early on instead of later on this time. Again, make it rhythmic. The whole thing is rhythm. Is here, the leg action. This is giving you. Pulling in, pulling in, pulling in. No. Do not pull this down. Throw this to the target. Have the image of throwing it to the target. Still your body is going here and then it's going here. That means that you are really pulling. Yeah. From here, try to throw it to the target. Again. Throw outward. Yes. Mhm. Yeah, when you have a feel of throwing, then the synchronous is a lot better. But when you forget that, you have to put this in. So turning this way too much. Okay. So go here using this motion here, throwing it here. So early activation here in the developed speed and then throw, then your leg, left leg will also well extended here. But if you have the intention of pulling this in, the body opens early and then pull this so it goes in. Mhm. Yes. Then your left leg is way extended here. Yes. That's the feel. Mhm. Now introduce pumping motion. So go up here, then pump, and again throw. So when you when you throw, always your left leg supports your body well.
Yeah.
Then again, that's come from the body action. Let it go. Then you rush it again. The last one, rush it. So when you stop here, then have enough wind up, and then let it go. Then you have to throw. That throwing image is really important.
Yeah.
That changes your downstream.
Instead of throw instead of drag. Like I tend to want to drag.
So throw and then simply just let it go. Then your forearm will show pronation here. Throw instead of dragging. Now you have to actually fight this urge of pulling this in because that was your fundamental swing pattern. So you need to keep working on this hard and have the image of go high up, you bring this high here. From there, just an easy drop and then throw. When you try to have easy drop, your body is moving actually. Your body is moving early. And then you are developing good, the club angular velocity here. Instead of initially, from the beginning, pull and then turn this way. Okay? Then that way you can use the momentum of the club head, using the momentum and let it go and hit the ball. And also your leverage will be longer here, instead of coming this way. Then instead of hitting the ball with your muscles, using the more speed it generated here, and then let it go. You still add the ball, muscular effort there because you have that advantage. But more than anything, you have to develop good speed.
Do you have a opinion for what a person's ability potential is based on your observation of other people?
Your speed?
Yeah.
If you do this reasonable well, and you have well conditioned muscles, at your age, your previous speed should be 110 to 115.
That's fine. I'm between 100 and 105.
That's too low.
Yeah, I feel like it should be 110.
Even with my arthritis in the hands and way out of shape here, that I can probably generate up to 110.
Really? Yeah, I'd be really happy with 110. 160 ball speed, they're going to be really pleased with.
But now I'm afraid of swinging longer club because of the arthritis, and then also wrist and also the thumb. I can afford it that way.
I haven't done any
I used to pull it hard.
Yeah, same.
And I hit the ground a lot. And then with that, the damage all this. So now I'm kind of watching my swing and changing this. Yeah. So you need to take advantage of your muscles. And you're well fit. So you have to really take advantage of it instead of muscling it.
Right.
You have to create a good moving pattern.
It's all the rhythm, it's the rhythm of it. I think that, so many people want to work on it, but I think that where I lose so much of my speed is the transition is so quick, because they have to hold on to it so tightly because I made it so violent in transition.
Yeah. So what happens is when you transition quickly here, you have a rush to transition. You turn this way a lot, then you put a lot of effort on this side here.
Yeah.
After the impact.
Yeah.
But if you activate the muscles early on here, and then let it go, then you're basically developing speed here, using that speed you're hitting the ball. And also long leverage here. It gives good clear speed. Faster turn and then long leverage will give you faster speed. With that, hit the ball and then nicely finish this. But a lot of people in these days try to put a lot of effort in the follow through. It's already after the taxi passing by, you try to wait to stop.
Yeah, we were taught when I was young, the big no-no was swing from the top, try to get your maximum speed and effort after the ball, and that's just not correct.
So what happens is this motion. You don't have to. You should not rush here. To go up and then prepare this body where prepare the big muscles here, using there to start the downswing, and then throw here, and let it go instead of early opening and then try.
So it's almost like the highest level of muscular exertion should be
About it. About
the
it.
downswing, and then from there it's just letting it go.
And then you should have an early acceleration. With that, you are generating, you are increasing the speed. By the time you reach the impact condition, it reaches close to close to maximum speed.
Yeah.
After that, generating more speed, that has no
It'll
meaning.
help it, yeah.
It's after the impact.
Yeah, you can see with guys like Fred Couple, because it looks so easy. He gets all his speed so quickly that and then just lets it go.
So using this and then throw the club instead of bustling it. The tendency is now a lot of people spend a lot more time doing this.
Yeah.
So when you emphasize the muscles, then you tend to use your muscles to when you hit the ball.
Yeah.
But I think it is a rotational motion.
Yeah.
We have vertical segments here.
Yeah.
And in order to generate the high speed of the end point, you have to use these joints correctly, and then develop good speed here instead of muscling. When you try to muscle it, then you tend to lock everything.
Yeah.
And this becomes one rigid body. And then try to swing. Then the end point doesn't have that much. Particularly the wrist and forearm motion. Here. So let it go here. Your body will promote this initial motion here. And then the throwing and the let it go here instead of. We have a lot of bad images on TV.
Yeah, yeah.
Even when they practice something like
Yeah,
this.
the thing, I know. That's not what they're really doing.
But in the swing they don't do. If they do that, then they cannot generate enough speed. They have to let the club go.
So what drill do you think I should do the most? Rope?
Rope and then dancing up and down.
Yeah.
You have to particularly activate the trail leg during the practice. Using that, generate the turn. Remember, throwing hand throwing here, right? The purpose of this is using the leg actions you try to generate upper body turn. By hitting the ground and then turn, kick and turn, kick and turn. So one thing misunderstood in the downswing is that people are emphasizing this kinetic sequence so much. So what try to do is turn the pelvis early, and then later try to do this. This is actually really bad. You have to use the lower body to throw the arms in. In the downswing, we have not much time. It's only, elite man, it's about 250 milliseconds. It's really short period of time. You cannot have these sequential motions. In the downswing, more or less, you are putting your effort at once and then let go. But the first half of the downswing is developing the body motion here. Second half is developing the club head speed or the club angular velocity.
What is it, what body language is most directly related to other speeds? Is it your arms? How fast you can move your arms?
So we have many correlations, but basically you have to turn your shoulders fast.
Okay.
Then the shoulder motions are showing strong correlation to pelvic speed. That means your thorax and pelvis. So basically, this side here is promoting upper body turn. What's actually turning is thorax and above. So first you have to have a good thorax turn, and add the shoulder girdle motion, and then the arm motion, and the wrist motion there. But in terms of single joint, that's associated with the cleavage speed is the obvious wrist end. And then it comes from the wrist end also the forearm. Actually, the forearm pronation is really good. But overall, when you try to turn the system fast, then this is here. So that means you're using these muscles here, leg muscles, to promote the upper body turn. So turn the upper body and then add more rotation using the shoulders and the wrist and forearm.
What do you think about the speed system like stack? Is that something that is worthwhile?
I mean, if your goal is to just increase the power and try to swing hard, then that'll be okay. But to me, anything with weight, then the weight should be too heavy at the end. So if it's something heavier than your club, then I want the center of mass more close to the center, so we can easily handle it. If it's too heavy, then you will develop dragging pad. You cannot release it. And also, when it's heavy, I want it a bit flexible. So particularly you can find good timing. Actually, the orange ring is really good. And then try to minimize the bending.
Kind of minimize it. Okay. So if you just want to try to make it bend as much as possible.
Yeah. So you have a bending because of nice slowdown, but a lot of bending is coming from your rushed down. The head is still going that way. You try to turn this way.
Even with a regular shaft, I've been a lot.
Yeah. So when you have a rushed downswing, you're actually fighting with the device. If you image the swing motion, swing comes out here, then you push instead of trying to fight. It's foolish to fight with club. You have to use a lot of muscle force. Imagine when the door is closing, when you try to open it at the same time, you put a lot more effort. So that's why people hold the door for you. Or if it's too late, then wait until the door closes and then open instead of fighting the door in the opposite direction. Right? So when you use the orange whip and let it go all the way, and then just a nice slight bending here to slow down the motion. Wait enough and then try to swing hard instead of creating this bending. That means you are wasting a lot of energy.
I guess that's kind of like similar to the
it was interesting when I initially saw the orange whip. I did like it because the one who showed me the orange whip was intention to try to create another bending. But later, when I had the opportunity to use the orange whip again, if I tweak the right, then this can actually do. So the best slight bending that allows you to wait a little more. So if you try to minimize the bending, then you have to wait here instead of initiating the bouncing curve. So orange whip is useful. But when you use something heavier than your club, then try to keep the center mass a bit close to this middle device, so that you don't have to fight unnecessary fight. So particularly junior players, when they show a dragging pad, it's because of the heavy club. Because I see the inflation of swing weight in these days across the board.
Why is that? Why is it?
I don't know. Maybe now people are getting stronger. Maybe with the more, when you have a heavier weight, then you can feel it a bit better. But if it's too heavy, then you cannot release it better.
you should swing things faster than a wider. It seems like we're always trying to get things in
You
wider.
should have the good balance here.
Yeah.
You should be reasonable, you should have reasonable inertia.
Yeah.
Less than the lowest inertia. But at the same time, it should be easy to handle. But if it's too heavy, then smaller muscles cannot handle it that well. So using big muscles, you try to drag it.
Yeah.
That's why you have the excessive body
Yeah.
to drag.
Yeah.
But when it's it has reasonable, then you can really throw it, release it. So that's why you have to play with the lighter object, the heavier object, different inertial characteristics. You have to train your body to work with those different things. But if you keep using heavy object, then start dragging.
Which I already used that else.
In your case, you try to use your muscles and try to swing this.
Yeah.
Yeah, particularly, I think you have a wrong image of keeping the shaft, bringing the shaft back to the initial line. That the same thing. Yeah, it should be stiff. Because you are letting it go, the motion is not fast. Backswing is slower. And then also, in the step, there's no point to hold it this way. But that's why you have lower hand position. But then you go up, and then when the club head is moving fast, then because of inertia, the motion pad tends to be flattened. And with that, your hands will be bringing up, and then it becomes stiffer again. With that, then if you are bringing this, to the same plane, then you're putting excessive turn this way. And your intention creating that. Then your effort will be more on this side. Because when you develop the speed here, you should not do it.
Yeah. You gotta get straight here, and all you have to do is just let it go.
So mostly, look at the swing pedal. What happens is golfers, they tend to bring the club head a bit higher here. And they have a bit of looping motion here. This gives good shallow here. And on the way down along the swing plane, and they keep moving along the swing. So we are actually moving the club head above the swing plane in the back. The hands are low here, but as you move in the direction, the club goes above, and they have a good looping motion, and then coming toward the swing plane nicely, and then you have good planar motion here. But in order to keep it more flat in, then you have to go up here, and then you're intentionally using the arms to create this motion here. You're not really letting it go. When you let go organically, it has tendency of creating this planar motion. So it becomes stiff. But if you try to drag it this way, you're not using the leverage. You're not developing speed enough. If you develop speed again, early here, then you have to go over stiffer plane. So when you have a wrong image, then it dictates the way you put your body. In your case, as long as you have the image of throwing it here, using this motion, throwing it here, let it go, that this pad is okay. But when you try to drag it with your hands here, then you tend to turn early again.
And you just gonna throw it. No, it's there.
Yeah, so keep it high on this side here. So on the way, nothing blocks the arm motion here. Down this way, then let it go and follow the pad. Instead of. Yeah, so this is a matter of your purposeful practice.
Yeah, yeah.
If in 2 or 3 weeks, diligently work on this, then you will do efficient. Always, it's hard to reprogram your swing pattern. Getting out of something that you have used for so long.
Yeah.
But again, if you have this purposeful practice, once you get out of it, then you cannot go back.
Yeah, yeah.
As if you didn't do it at all.
Yeah. You can change, just like you said, you gotta be very, very,
Yeah.